Welcome to our episode of This Old Ship. I'm your host, Ron Frankowski. Today we'll be getting paint and primer all over in our hair and in our nose.
My name is Anthony Amendola. I've been coming to the Slater, it's 15 or 16 years. My brother George, his ship, the USS Hughes, they had a organization of past members of the crew dating back to World War II. And he kept asking me to come up and work because I do have a certain talent that they might need, and I was an electrician in Local 3 for 41 years, so I do have some knowledge. Anyway, I finally came up, and once I came up, I met everybody, and we worked together, we joked together, we had fun together. It was something I wanted to continue doing. Seeing that you did make a difference, you know, like whether it was chipping paint or I was working on a 3-inch guns or like today I'm changing this status board that's behind you and I'm putting it over on the bulkhead over there where it's supposed to be. And you know, you feel like you did something for the improvement of it. Whether, like I said, it could be chipping paint or sometimes we were changing faucets, whatever it was just, we were happy to do it. I was in the Navy, but according to my brother George, I was not in the real Navy because I was in naval aviation. I was an aviation electrician's mate, second class. And my standard answer to him is, well, I always got 3 hot meals a day. He served on a ship like this, and when you were up in rough seas, you were lucky you got a sandwich. And I said, the other thing is I didn't have to strap myself into the rack every night because the ship wasn't doing this. I said, so yeah, I wasn't in the real Navy, but it had its perks. Favorite, I like up here. This is the business end of this ship. The CIC, radio communications and stuff like that, the steering. But I was very interested to learn differences in what I did as an electrician on land and what I did on aircraft and how this is different. And the main electrical bus and distribution down in the machine rooms, that probably would be it would be one or two, either one, up here or down there. And the guns, naturally, I loved the guns. I learned everybody has a skill. And the skill may not always be exactly what this ship is all about, but everybody, and I think through life, my career, everybody has a skill or a knack, so to speak. And you can learn from everybody, really. It's really just being with the men. It's, you know, the men and the women, I should say, because the women that come up here and volunteer, they do everything the men are doing. Most of them are chipping paint or what have you. And in one year it was raining and they started making covers for the gun mounts and the muzzles of the guns. And they were down in the sewing area down here and making all these things up. And I said, geez, how the hell do they know how to do this stuff, you know? But that would be, but everybody has a knack, they really do. Besides the work, I enjoy doing that. And sense of I'm doing some good for something other than myself and the people. These people are amazing. They really are. We got guys coming from Seattle. I mean, that's the other side of the continent. I mean, that's dedication. I do, in a respect, because when my brother was in the Navy, I was very young. I was probably about 9 or 10 years old. And I remember his ship was in the Brooklyn Navy Yard, and he brought me down there to be on the ship for the day. I wasn't supposed to be there, so he hid me in this little locker, and I was getting sick from the smell, you know? I was a kid. And it brings back memories of that, and for my brother and his friends and his shipmates. You've got a bond, like, you know? It's sort of a bond. I'm a local 3 retiree, and we have retirees organizations, and I'm active in the one in Nassau County in Long Island. And I try to get fellas to come up all the time. We have a bowling league, and some of the bowlers aren't local 3 members, but they, you know, a lot of them have served. I try to get them to come up.